55%. I really want you to just let that number sink in for a second. According to a pretty massive algorithmia analysis, 55% of businesses actively working with machine learning have not deployed a single solitary model to production. Think about that. More than half of the organizations out there pouring time, serious talent, and major capital into AI are fundamentally failing at the very last mile. It's a staggering operational bottleneck, and frankly, it creates an immediate flashing red sense of urgency for anyone working in enterprise IT today.
So welcome back to The Explainer. I am so incredibly thrilled to guide you through part 7 of our 10-part tutorial series. This specific installment, well, this is the ultimate execution playbook for IT professionals and IT management who are finally ready to operationalize AI at true enterprise scale. We are completely skipping past the hype today and focusing entirely on the hard strategic fundamentals of how to actually implement machine learning operations, what we call MLOps, right into your environment.
And just to make sure we're grounded in the absolute best enterprise standards out there, the strategic framework we're unpacking today comes directly from Virtualization Options LLC. For those who don't know, they're a stellar Colorado-based technology research, education, and advisory organization. This material is pulled straight out of their 2025 IT management program, which means we are literally looking at the bleeding edge of how the industry is solving these incredibly complex operational puzzles.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our structured roadmap for today. We'll start by defining the ML production gap, then establish exactly why IT absolutely must own MLOps. After that, we'll assess your organization using the MLOps maturity model, cover the 4 crucial dimensions of monitoring, explore governance as code, and finally, we'll look ahead to the LLM Ops frontier.
All right, Section 1, the ML production gap and the operational reality on the ground.
To really grasp the stark operational reality facing modern enterprises, you have to look beyond that 55% failure rate we just talked about. Here's the other side of that exact same coin. Even when businesses actually manage to get a model into production, that same analysis found that 18% of them require over 90 days just to push a single deployment. I mean, imagine an incredibly expensive data science team building a brilliant predictive model only for it to just sit there in operational purgatory for 3 whole months. It perfectly illustrates a massive systemic bottleneck. And here's the absolutely crucial takeaway. This is not a data science failure. This is an operational failure that IT has to solve.
Which brings us to Section 2, why IT owns MLOps and how we're shifting the paradigm.
We really need to completely shift our thinking here. MLOps is not some experimental hobby for data scientists. It's a hard IT infrastructure mandate. There was this landmark NERPS paper a while back by D. Scully and his team titled Hidden Technical Debt in Machine Learning Systems, and they brilliantly proved that only a tiny, incredibly small fraction of a real-world ML system is actually composed of ML code. The model development itself, it's just a tiny little box. The massive surrounding ecosystem, the CI/CD pipelines, the infrastructure as code, the feature pipelines, end-to-end observability, embedded governance, that whole shebang falls squarely under the IT mandate. You simply cannot delegate reproducibility and security to a data scientist. It requires strict, rigorous IT engineering and operational ownership.
And the stakes for IT teams to master this? They are rising incredibly fast. The MLOps market, which is formally defined as the combination of people, processes, and tech needed to productionize ML efficiently, is projected to grow a massive 43% within just a 5-year window, hitting a relative index of 215 by 2027. So IT teams that build out their MLOps capabilities right now, they aren't just keeping the lights on, they are locking in a durable, compounding competitive advantage for their entire enterprise.
Moving on to Section 3, the MLOps maturity model, and how to assess your organization.
Let's move to and see how this builds. Because before you can architect this robust infrastructure, you have to honestly assess where you're currently standing. We're using the Microsoft Azure MLOps maturity model here, which is pretty much the industry reference framework. Notice the clear correlation. As your operational capabilities mature, your IT risk practically plummets. While a level 0 setup, just manual notebooks and zero reproducibility, poses critical risks to the business, simply implementing automated training pipelines and model registries quickly drops that risk down to medium. Of course, the holy grail is level 4. That's full MLOps with continuous training and governance as code, where your IT risk is minimized and your deployment velocity is totally maximized. Figuring out the gap between where you are today and level 4, that's your roadmap to success right there.
All right, Section 4, 4 dimensions of monitoring, going way beyond traditional APM.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that once models are actually deployed, you obviously have to watch them. But here is a critical warning. Standard application performance monitoring, or APM tools, are going to completely fail you here. Machine learning is complex because model behaviors literally change over time. IT has to monitor entirely new signals to catch silent degradation before it hits the user. First, you've got data drift, which is when your input feature distributions drift away from the original training baseline, like if consumer demographics suddenly shift. Second is concept drift, meaning the actual relationship between inputs and outputs changes. You often need ground truth labels to detect this, and honestly, it's far more damaging. Third, we have to relentlessly track model performance metrics like accuracy, F1, and AUC over time. And fourth, we still need our traditional operational metrics, things like inference latency at the 95th percentile, throughput, and GPU utilization. So IT has to monitor statistical shifts, raw performance, and standard SRE metrics, all at the exact same time.
Section 5. Governance as code. Baking in compliance at every single stage.
Look, in a modern enterprise, security and compliance simply cannot be a bolted-on afterthought. Governance has to be a fully automated, auditable chain embedded directly into your pipeline right from day one. It starts at the data gate with automatic PII detection and schema validation. Then, the pipeline flows into the training gate, where we strictly mandate bias checks and reproducibility attestations. Before any model sees the light of day, a validation gate enforces strict fairness thresholds, followed immediately by a release gate that demands a model card and human oversight sign-off. And once you're live in operations, drift alerts and audit exports automatically take over. The absolutely essential takeaway here is that every single gate emits signed, tamper-evident artifacts. So the entire chain, from a piece of raw data all the way to a live prediction, can be queried and exported for regulatory review whenever you need it. Now that is true governance as code.
Finally, Section 6, the LLMO frontier, how we handle managing generative AI. And this brilliantly illustrates the next big challenge, because just as IT is finally getting a handle on standard predictive MLOps, the explosion of generative AI and large language models has dropped entirely new operational demands right on our desks. Standard CPU inference patterns? Yeah, they simply don't apply to LLMs. You need highly specialized serving frameworks like VLLM and TensorRT-LLM. On top of that, traditional classification metrics are totally meaningless for generative text outputs. Instead, you're looking at LLM as judge evaluations to handle hallucination scoring and toxicity detection. Plus, you have to start treating prompt versioning exactly like you would version-controlled, tested source code. And crucially, this is a big one, tracking cost per token is now a mandatory IT operational standard if you want to effectively manage those insanely expensive compute infrastructure schedules. Make no mistake, these are brand new infrastructure problems, and IT has to own and solve every single one of them.
Wow, we have covered a massive amount of strategic ground today in Part 7 of our tutorial, haven't we? From diagnosing that initial production gap all the way out to the frontier of LLM ops. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final, absolutely critical question to ask yourself and your engineering team today. Where does your organization currently stand on the MLOps maturity model? Are you still stuck at level 1, dealing with painful manual handoffs and high risk? Or are you actively engineering the automated pipelines that are going to propel you straight to level 4? Take a hard look, diagnose your current environment today, and start closing your own production gap. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.